Jeff Taylor, joined by Lloyd Gardner, and this is a game quite clearly where the team in red, Uganda, are the big underdogs against the team in green.
Absolutely, Jeff. Senegal come in with a growing confidence, really. The victory over Angola, which they were perhaps gifted in the final minute. Trailing Angola, 2 big mistakes at the end, but they got the win. They finished top of Group B, which is a very difficult group indeed, and therefore they got the game against Uganda, who are currently winless. Uganda are going to have a lot of work to do, and the problem for them is they aren't the biggest team, and Senegal, are huge in comparison to most teams.
Well, we're going to have the playing of the national anthem right now.
Thank you very much. Et maintenant, on va passer à l'hymne national du Sénégal.
Cheikh Sarr, the Senegal coach, looking on, and his players having stormed into this round of 16 game against Uganda, looking very good indeed, but not without a little bit of controversy. Mohamed Faye sent home following, for disciplinary reasons, following an altercation or an incident within the team that they don't want to get into details about. So Senegal and Uganda meet at mid-court, and big moment for both of these teams, and also for these referees from Morocco, Tunisia, and Mali. This is the flagship event for African basketball, international basketball. The winner of the AfroBasket will qualify for the Olympics, and the teams that end up finishing second, third, and fourth will get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. There will actually be 3 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments next year of 16th each. So one more African team has a chance to get to the Olympics if it doesn't reach the podium. That change was recently announced by the FIBA Central Board. Anyway, Boyd, we're going to have a look at the rosters here for Uganda. Juruni Lukwama, the coach, has yet to get a win. They probably would have if they'd been able to make some free throws in the last game against the Central African Republic, but Brandon Sevirumbi, Stephen Omwoni, Kassim Nagweri, the point guard, Samuel Makuza, shooting guard, and Stanley Ochiti, the big fella who started so well on opening night against Tunisia, hitting a lot of three-pointers. Has probably fallen off just a little bit since that performance. So he's a dangerous player. Certainly, if he gets it going, he could carry his team. And for Senegal, Dalmeida, their number 5, has been their primary point guard in this tournament. Antoine Mendy, number 8, tipped in the big shot at the buzzer to beat Angola. And Gorgie Jing, of course, needs an introduction, but we'll just go ahead and say that he's been as good as advertised. And their starting 5 will be Dalmeida, Enjoy, the veteran 35-year-old Antoine Mendy, Cheikh Bodge, and Gorgie Jing.
Two keys today. Senegal have to guard against complacency when they come in with the confidence of the victory over Angola. As we see the two players, Mendy especially had that great game against Angola, 17 points, 6 rebounds, but the tip-in as well, which sealed the game with 0.2 of a second. For Uganda, Brandon Sebirumbi, those points there, 7.7 rebounds, were a little disjointed because he just hasn't played minutes so far in this tournament. He's got in foul trouble in the first 2 games, excuse me. It was only the last game where we saw any sort of influence from him on the outcome. As I was saying, Senegal, they need to guard against the complacency. A big victory, they'll take on a team that's searching for their first win. For Uganda, well, they need to take some heart from the Central African Republic. The Central African Republic was a team which only just managed to defeat Angola, as we said, and they, Uganda, and they took Angola within 1 point. They nearly upset the odds. You're Uganda, you look at that, you take motivation.
We step up, okay? We step up, we jump the screens, we fight.
Well, Central African Republic, inspirational yesterday, came up just short. Cheikh Sarr, and they made history. They made it to the round of 16, and then it was the host nation Spain that ended their tournament. And for Uganda, Rooney Lutwama, pretty much an unknown, really, in international basketball before he arrived here at the AfroBasket. He has steered through some interesting games, shall we say. I think they probably expected to get a win in the group round, but they had tough opponents. Both Tunisia and Nigeria were extremely difficult opponents to go up against. And then, of course, the Central African Republic, as we saw yesterday, they were very good, although really that was Uganda's game to win had they not shot 12 of 33 at the free throw line. So there's Lutwama. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tunisia. It's day 8 of the AfroBasket, and it's the opening round of 16 game today between Uganda wearing the red with the yellow stripes and the white with the green is Senegal. And Senegal win the opening tip and attack the basket to the right, coming off the high of beating Angola the other night.
It's not a good start for Uganda, going up against the size of Senegal. Sebirumbi, 12 seconds into the game, picks up his first foul. We said he has battled foul problems. This is a man that they need on the floor. He's a professional player, needs second division in Spain.
Mendy is going to put up the three-pointer, and flying high after getting the big tip, he comes right out and strokes a 3.
Absolutely, he should be full of confidence, shouldn't he? The game winner. He shot the ball extremely well throughout.
The three-pointer from Makuza. Mendy had played well before that in the first half, getting out on the break. Dalmeida passes out to Enjoy, 35-year-old. Yeah, I didn't realize he was 35 until I looked at the box score here at the AfroBasket. I was like, he doesn't look 35, does he?
We have the battle of the Furman graduates today then. He's one of them, Sebirumbi, one of them.
Yeah, well spotted.
Enjoy on the other team.
Furman is a private university in Greenville, South Carolina, for both Sebirumbi and long before him, Enjoy both played. Purple Paladins. Now Dalmeida inbounds it. And the follow is no good. And then somehow they get it back. Mendy and just hands it off. So Dalmeida gets on the board. That was a sloppy basket to give away for Uganda.
Absolutely a sloppy out of bounds play.
City misses and Sebi Rumbi goes up. Now Dalmeida gets it over to Mendy and just kind of lost control of the ball, but picked it back up. Dalmeida inside, and it's Jang. Can't help but wonder with Jang if he traveled to the AfroBasket this year with the idea that he would work on his perimeter shooting, especially his three-point shooting, since he doesn't take that many in the NBA. He's taken a lot here.
Absolutely, we've seen him step to the perimeter much more.
Onwonyi, it's a three-pointer for Uganda.
It's an important start for Uganda to hit from the outside. You know, the three-point shot can be such a weapon. You shoot it well, you can always find yourself, you know, there or thereabouts against an opposition which may be superior to you.
Good start offensively here for Uganda. Now Jang uses the pump fake, and travel is called. Oh, Sebi Rumbi.
He's done a decent job on him so far. We've seen him take over games in the second half rather than the first, but Uganda may need to look at double teaming. He gets it in the low post.
Nakuza back, now gets it back. Nakuza hits another three-pointer.
Very confident stroke indeed.
And I wonder, Boyd, if as the game goes on, just as we saw yesterday against Angola, when Angola was playing against Central African Republic, if Uganda's self-belief will grow the longer that they stay in it. Jang. Enjoy. And what was interesting also after that game was, as you look at the foul called on Mendy, after the Central African Republic game, where they lost in literally the last seconds, their coach said Angola was the team that we needed to play. We matched up well against them. Had we played Senegal, it would have been a different story. Do you think that this is a good opponent for Uganda to face?
I would say they arguably match up better with Senegal than the Central African Republic, just because of the inside duo. Sebi Rumbi and Ajiti have been there. You know, they won't hold fear of going against this front line. Maybe the depth of the Ugandan front line is the problem. I think what does suit Uganda is the speed Senegal sometimes play with. As we see them get out on the in transition, you know, they use that to great effect against Angola at points, but traditionally they're quite a slow-paced team, Senegal, and I think that will help Uganda.
They come out confident, and you can't help but wonder if they watched yesterday's game. Oh, now fast break, and Enjoy misses. Well, he looked like an old man on that one. He's got to make that shot. Ochiti for three.
It's a rare clean look for him, isn't it? From three. He hasn't had many like that after that first game where he shot so well. Seems like everybody's got the scouting report, so they'll take that away.
Now Mendy. Well, you almost don't want to show how good you are early.
This is where I think they've got a double. I don't think you can leave game one-on-one. Travel though, yeah.
Another travel called against Gorgie Jang.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
And really, for the first time in this tournament, it looks like Jang is a little bit frustrated. Yeah. He looked over at Czech Sar as if to say, how dare they? Don't they realize I'm the big star?
Well, he has beaten the big star so far. Good start, so important for Uganda here. If they can open up a little bit of a lead, it will give them great confidence.
Ochiti, another jumper. This time it goes. Well, he was facing the basket. And what a play.
It's going to be Uganda ball.
And so Baji, Baji was raising his hand. So So shaky start here for Senegal.
It looks like an arrogant start to me from Senegal. As I said, the complacency is key. They've come off that huge victory, and then, you know, you're playing Uganda. Do you underestimate them? I think you give that shot up. Yeah, let Jen shoot it.
So yeah, the previous foul was on Budge. I was waiting to get that confirmed, and now Makuza goes in. And this allows Senegal to get out on the break, but really, as you pointed out before, they're not the greatest running team. And Sebi Rimbi was boxing out, but Jang knocked it away from him. And the foul called on Kasim Nagweri, the starting point guard.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities for Uganda. The layup from Makuza didn't go, and then the quick three. It wasn't the best shot really from Nagweri. They probably should have just settled.
They've taken a couple of quick shots. So
yeah.
Chitty, after they got the ball back after the foul, and then that's how they play.
The thing we haven't talked about is it's been a 2-day break for Uganda coming into this one. You know, they haven't played for a few days now. They've had a lot of time to prepare for Senegal. So, you know, they've had an opportunity to scout. It'll be interesting to see if that has any sort of impact, any help for them.
Well, Jang is doubled down low, so he makes a difficult pass towards Enjoy, and it's almost picked off. So fascinating start to the game here at the round of 16 for Uganda, certainly. And Senegal having to search their way through. Almeida's going to probe, kick it out to Mendy. Misses. Bodge grabs the offensive rebound and scores with a putback.
You have to rebound. If you're Uganda, you've got to take away the lifeblood of Senegal. If you allow them to get on the offensive glass, get second chance points, then it doesn't matter how well you play.
Chitty in and out.
To get going as well.
Over to Enjoy. And that was short. And then coming from behind, the foul called on Senegal's number 8, Antoine Mendy.
His second, that's why he wasn't very happy about the call. I think there's a couple of things for Uganda. They have to have a Chitty have a big game. You know, he's got to shoot the ball well for them to have any chance, especially with the way that Senegal match up. You know, he can drag the bigs of Senegal away from the ring. You know, take someone who's not very comfortable guarding the perimeter away.
Well, he's just 1 of 6 right now. Chitty. Sebi turns back to his right. Another rebound for Jang. Two-3 zone. Now it goes into the corner to Mendy, and this one falls for Antoine Mendy. So that knocks it at 11.
He's been hot start, 7 for Mendy.
Makuza to Sebi Rimbi. Oh, nice penetration and move.
Makuza started very well indeed as well. Couple of threes, now the assist as well. Beautiful penetration. Confident start from the point guard.
And now the rebound. Chitty puts it up. And Sebi Rimbi with the rebound is going to go right back up, but the presence of Gorgui Jang distracted him. And it looked like Makuza almost stole the ball. Now Senegal have a chance to go back. And Dalmeida misses off the side. Now Onwonyu. And Onwonyu puts up a difficult runner.
When you go early, you've got to finish.
And Nagweri gets it back.
You've got to go quick. Shot clock's been winding down here.
Well, Makuza off the back of the rim. Now, easy basket for Antoine Mendy, beating Uganda down the floor that time. I think Sebi Rimbi might be asking to come out. a difficult pass for Naguere to attempt. Cruz is being posted up down low by Bodge. Then he chases out to the corner, and Mendy hits another three. And with that, Senegal have taken a 3-point lead. Uganda have called a timeout. Mendy with 12 points already.
On defense. Those 3-pointers, we're giving up on defense. We cannot afford to do that. Play hard, okay? Hey, when we play set defense here,
listen in.
Okay, they're drawing us inside and they're taking open shots. Okay, are they hurting us inside? Let's give our big guys a chance to play one-on-one. Let them shoot over them if they have to. But we don't want to give open shots on the outside.
We're helping when we don't need to help.
All right,
let the big guy play his man.
Yep.
The guy was number 8.
When the ball goes into the post and you're cutting, have your eyes open for the pass.
Strong guys. Energy.
Strong.
Energy on defense.
Lloyd, as we could hear in English,
we need 2 more buckets,
the Uganda approach, they don't want to double team. They want to play straight up man. And they want to give their big low post players a chance to play defense. But I'm looking at the entry here, as you look at as well on the screen, some of the scoring here from Mendy. Coming into the game for Sebi Rumbi is Dal Marial. Now, I can't see him guarding one of these guys one-on-one. Uganda, that was short. There he is. Dal Marial has it. Puts the ball on the ground. Does it well to get it back. I think he's learned his lesson not to put it down. Now, interception by Dalmeida. Final 18 seconds of the first quarter. And what an intriguing first quarter it's been. Uganda coming out, keeping it close against the African Giants. Dalmeida dumps it, and good hands from Omoni. And Uganda can't quite get up in time to launch it. So Gorgie Ching, really for the first time in the tournament, looks a bit frustrated. And Senegal only on top 16-13 against Uganda.
The Silverbacks have had a solid first quarter there. It's interesting, they're going to try and guard in the low post. I mean, we usually say, I don't know what a wise idea that is, but Senegal, Mendy especially, he has 12, can get to score. So maybe it is the way to beat Senegal. Stay at home on the perimeter and allow them to go one-on-one against you in the post. You've got to make sure you rebound if you're Uganda, giving up 4 offensive rebounds already.
Maybe there's a case, I mean, obviously they'll try to go man-to-man, and then if it doesn't work, they'll go back to the way the players were playing it. I would think that you would give up the open J.
I think to the right people, obviously Mendy and Enjoy as well is usually a very good shooter. Enjoy hasn't really been hitting in this game so far. He's missed a couple of good looks.
Every single time they have possession.
So maybe he's the one.
Okay, and be smart on offense the other side.
So of 3, but outside of those two, where do they go for 3-point shooting? I think you could double off Dalmeida. That's something we saw Angola do a lot of. I think the other key is when Jen goes out. He played 40 minutes against Angola. I don't think he'll play 40 minutes today. And when he's off the floor and Senegal have to go with the 2 bigs, two 5s essentially, that's when I think they're susceptible, because their spacing's poor on the offensive end. They don't really have a lot of scoring on the inside, and then defensively you can isolate one of those 2 bigs. And that's where I think Achiti, they need to find a way to have him pick and pop, because for Senegal, it's going to be somebody them getting dragged away from the basket to try and guard him that doesn't really want to be out.
Jimmy Nabu's come in for Uganda.
One sub yet for Senegal, have we? These guys play 10 minutes and they start the second quarter as well.
Plus Mindy's got 2 fouls. And the way this was being played, you wouldn't want to lose him because he's been hitting the threes. That was a tough shot by Uganda. Almeida looks, gets it out to Baji. They're going to leave him alone out there. And they do a good job of collapsing him, but they don't keep him off the boards. Somebody came over and blocked it. Was it Mal? Ball goes out of bounds back over to Senegal. I think it may have been Dal Marial that got the block.
Yeah, I think so.
He's big.
He matches the Senegal team for size. Marial, 7'3", 2 meters 20. Hasn't played a lot in this tournament. He's got the task of guarding Jeng.
Well, he gets hung up there on the pick. And then he puts a pump fake. And the quick hands, and Jeng just looks as Inabu goes and lays it up over the rim. He's not getting any calls. And I'm not suggesting that he should, but he has gotten a lot of calls in this tournament.
I think he definitely got fouled on that one. But
he's going to try to back up Marial now. And ball gets knocked out of his hands, but to the three-point shooter, and Mendy.
And with this lineup on the floor, you can help off Badji, you can help off Dalmeida, but stay at home on Mendy and Enjoy. You know, you've got 2 guys you can double from. You know, like they said in the timeout, Uganda, you don't want to leave Mendy, a guy who's now got 15 points.
Now, what was Marial doing there? That was take it the other way, Dalmeida, and then a silly foul by Makuza, and suddenly Senegal are opening up a comfortable lead.
There's been mistakes of Uganda, you know, helping when you shouldn't, helping off the wrong players, turnovers offensively, and then that's just a criminal foul from Makuza. He was never anywhere near the ball. You either let the layup go or you foul and make sure they don't score. You do not give up a 3-point play.
Senegal fan over there is making me laugh, which you pointed out. He's got the megaphone. Makuza penetrates, tries to make a pass that was read by Senegal. Now Mendy again hurries up the floor, and well read by Nabu. And he goes quickly, 3-on-2 break. Nabu takes the shot in the lane, and looked like Mendy may have got hit there. Anyway, Nabu forces the turnover. Oh, and then he misses the layup. Good hustle from Uganda. They're a little bit out of control right now, Uganda, and they bank in the 3-pointer.
The lineup on the floor, though, doesn't help them offensively. Where does the points come from? They've got 3 subs in, none of which are a major factor. Right? They're bringing him
Joseph Ekong.
Yeah, they're bringing back a Chitty, they're bringing back Owomni, which is a good move. You can't take those 2 and Sabi Rumby out at the same time for me.
Well, that was Joseph Ekong's 3-pointer. And Jeng just turns to his right, gets in the lane, and says, let's go. I'm on my way to 25 points and 13 rebounds. Be surprised if he doesn't get it. And quickly, Nabu, the blur, goes right past the Senegal defense and gets a foul. So Omwani and Ochiti coming in, and Makuza and Marial come out.
Balance on the floor is an important factor. If you think, you know, Uganda started well, they had a couple of different options on the floor, and then, you know, they're 4 scorers, potentially 3 of them come off the floor at the same time. Chiti Owomni and Sabi Rumby is going to get a 5-second violation.
Yeah, that's a bad turnover for Uganda.
To take those subs out of the game and need to rest them, you've got to do it 1 by 1. You can't have a 5 on the floor which is going to struggle for offense as much as the one that just was out there for Uganda.
Now Chang gets on the low block, goes up against Ochiti. Turns to his right and gets another one.
So strong. And then Ochiti was just doing all he could to hold his ground. He was pushing Cheng back, and then Chang just spins away.
Omonyi now, 8 on the shot clock. Turns. 3, 2, 1. They do get it off just in time. And the long rebound goes out to Uganda. Kawanyi picked up the rebound. Samuel Kawanyi, number 11. Now Ochiti attempts the jump shot. So Ochiti needs to hit his shots, and he's just 1 of 8 so far. Good defense from Kawanyi.
Very good, and he's the guy you can allow to go one-on-one. Badgie in the low post. You don't want to help on him. They did a better job that time not to leave an open shooter.
Inabu for 3.
It's not his game, is it?
No, he's more of a slasher. Quick pass to Diop.
Poor defensive transition, Uganda. All over the place. They didn't know who was protecting, who was trying to pick up. A lack of communication.
Mohamed Diop is on the board for Senegal. Well, this thing is in danger of getting out of hand here for Uganda. And now the swat from Georgie Dean. Ochiti puts up a prayer, and it goes over the backboard. And number 10, Ibrahima Mbing, number 10, Kassim Nagweri comes back into the game, as well as Samuel Makuza, and both Omonyi and Inabu come out. I haven't seen Josh Johnson yet. The guy that started against Tunisia is in the doghouse.
Yeah, he's complaining of a knee injury as well. He saw him injure it in the last game, so it's been hurting, bothering him.
So he may not play. Green turns to his right, and yet again, and just the sheer quality of Gorgie Jing is now shining through.
It's taken a while. He was starting to come to the party. And at the same time, Senegal just getting better and better.
Yeah, that's just a little too careless right there from Makuza. If nobody's going to be following you up for the rebound, what's the point? And then Dalmeida goes right down the lane. Nobody picked him up.
Defensive transition, Uganda have been terrible. Look at that, right down the middle, like you say. You know, somebody has to protect the ring.
Ochiti for 3. Lead is 14, and Dalmeida puts up from the top of the key. He's going to come out. Nyang is going to come in. Tierno Nyang. In the event, we're going to have a timeout with 3:37 remaining, and Uganda suffering in a big way against Senegal.
You cannot just run back on defense and not locate these guys early. Bump them. Okay? Why are they taking uncontested shots, no defense? Why? We're not there. You cannot allow them to score 10 easy points with ease. Yeah? Come on, guys. Step up and play defense. We said we can play defense. Let's go and do it on court.
Laisse-la. Amène ton gars là et reviens. Fixe-le et prends la balle ici. On continue à jouer 4. Maintenant, si on joue 4, la balle ne doit pas s'arrêter ici. Là. Regarde, quand Gorgie a le ballon ici, mais posez un écran pour Mohamed Diop pour Mali. Anthony, assist.
Well, Lloyd, it's panic stations. Uganda, the coach, as we heard Latwama talking in the huddle, is like, guys, we're not playing any defense. Transition defense, half-court defense. But the only other thing I'll say is that Gorgie Jing is so talented that instead of going in there banging bodies, he's just taking it as if he's just flipped it outside and started showing, you know, okay, I'll just start making some 15 footers or 12-meter shots. Not 12-meter shots, but 5-meter shots.
Yeah, very impressive 12-meter shots.
Jing gets inside, and I'm not sure the message has gotten through.
That's a tough shot for Jing, isn't it? Off the dribble, the runner. For Uganda, you can focus on the defensive end, but at the same time, they've only scored 5 points in this quarter. The offense is dried up for them. Eventually, and finally, Chitty gets going. Beautiful jump hook.
Now Dalmeida gets in, puts it up off the glass,
Yang,
but
Yang.
Yep. Oh, excuse me, that's right. Yang's come in for Dalmeida. They look like they're the same height.
They're very similar physically, aren't they? Both got broad shoulders.
They've morphed into each other. Ball goes out. Foul was on Baji.
Yeah, don't speak. I'm not tired.
Rumbi makes the second.
Some movement on offense now. They've got to play the deep. That's one of the lineups. I think, you know, this is where Jeng's out. So it's the opportunity for Uganda. 2 minutes here, a little spurt before halftime. Get some confidence going in.
Almost got a chance to pick that off. Enjoy now. Puts up the jump shot. Sebi Rumbi. And indeed, if they can get a basket here, they'll get it back to 10. Try to take some confidence to halftime. Chitty.
That bank shot's just not rolling home. Can't seem to find the touch, can he?
Just less than a minute and a half to go here. Ibrahim Thomas. He's fouled. Ibrahim Thomas fouled by Makuza. Now Thomas played well against Angola, and he took a shot, as you see right here. He was bumped. He was the player that took the shot right almost at the death that missed, that Mendy tapped in for the game winner against Angola. Hasn't really played that many minutes in the AfroBasket, but he looks a good player.
Yeah. He played more in 2013, that's for sure, but obviously there was no Jeng at that point.
That's fine. Just chill.
13 minutes
Si
a
vous
game
savez
at
pas
that
ce qu'on
stage.
fait, on va avoir des problèmes en
3
attaque.
points and 3 rebounds.
Comprendre d'abord ce qu'on veut faire et on l'impose, ok? Ils sont en zone 2, 3. On fait notre remise, ok? Quand la balle rentre sur le terrain, tu run 11. Prenez la balle en haut, passe ici, ok? Coupe à l'intérieur. Ça ne marche pas, donne la balle là. Celui qui est en bas monte, pose l'écran sur la première ligne. Drive, il flaire, l'autre il vient en bas. C'est bon là? Ok, après on replie bien parce qu'il continue à tirer à 3 points. Tout le monde tire à 3 points. Donc sortez pour les
talked
contrôler.
about the importance of
Ok?
the win
On a
against
une minute de plus
Angola.
là
He
pour
was
respecter
talking
l'objectif des
more
20
in
points là.
terms of, getting
Comme
the
les
night
Nyarnyes.
off and having a rest day, which at the beginning of this game it didn't look as if it had done them any favors. They looked a little bit out of sync. But maybe in the grander scheme of things, it's been more important because of who they have to play to get to the final.
Yeah, because I would say actually the schedule probably works worse for you having won, because they play today in a game which, you know, theoretically is an easy one, and then the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Yeah.
The teams that played yesterday have the day off before the quarterfinal. I think I'd rather have the day's rest before a quarterfinal than this knockout game. But as we said, it's moved them into the other side of the group, without Angola obviously, but without Tunisia as well.
Nice follow-up for Senegal.
And without Egypt.
So without Tunisia, without
Senegal.
Nigeria.
Angola.
But they have Nigeria on their side.
Yeah.
So that's a difference. Ochiti, the jump shot. I think they got to go to plan B. Stanley's not finding his range right now. Although if they play the first game, it kind of does give them some extra time, doesn't it? It's not like they're turning around, coming right back and playing. Ochiti knocks it out of bounds. Would they play the first game tomorrow if they win this?
It's still to be determined, the schedule.
Yeah. SB, D.
Yeah, it won't be the last game, that's for sure, will it? It'll be one of the earlier ones. So we're talking 24 hours.
Did he? Sabi Rumbi gets the rebound. So now Uganda should hold it for one shot. And they're down 14. Josh Johnson has checked in. He's facing some pressure from Niang. He gets to Sabi Rumbi. And a foul was called on Senegal. So they had one to give. And it was on Yang.
What is it? What is it? Josh! Line!
Josh Johnson gets inside and it gets front back of the rim and then stays out. And the long heave at the end from Niang hits the one of the famous shot clocks and stays in. So Senegal, after some uncomfortable moments, certainly the first quarter, and they trailed, they've come back to take a 36-22 lead at halftime over Uganda.
Stats, and if you're Uganda, you cannot shoot 21% from two-point range and expect to beat Senegal. It's just not going to happen. So that's the area they need to improve. Just got to make the shots they've been getting a lot of the time.
So Senegal, one of the favorites to go all the way on top, double digits. It's a 14-point lead here against Uganda in the round of 16.
Make them faire l'effort jusqu'au haut. On fait l'effort d'aller jusqu'au haut. Allez, les mecs, allez. On se remet dedans. Passe, shit, man. Let's go, guys. Positive. Way positive. Allez. Go. Shot, don't tell me. C'est ça, Fabi. Bon tir, Fabi. Yaibou. On se remet dedans, on démarre fort. C'est ça, Tyson. Let's go. Allez, courez. Passe.
36-22. It's Senegal on top of Uganda here in the round of 16, and Uganda coach Jeroni Latwama is just frustrated because he's been stressing all along in this entire tournament that Uganda just haven't played as well as they're capable of. And I think that in their first game, they came out and really gave Tunisia a run for their money for about 3 quarters. And they were under the impression that they would come out and really challenge some other teams, but they've also had some difficult games to play. Nigeria, they played Central African Republic, although they should have beaten the Central African Republic. They just couldn't make any free throws. And now against Senegal, one of the title favorites, another of the title favorites, the third of the title contenders, shall we say, that they are going up against. They've fallen behind by 14 because, Lloyd, there was what would you say, just a lack of concentration on defense in the second quarter. They just stopped playing.
Absolutely. Well, so often we've seen in this tournament and throughout that the defensive effort can sometimes be related to the offensive output. And I think that Uganda having those problems offensively where they just couldn't get clean shots, they couldn't make shots they did have, really impacted them on the defensive end, and just the energy and the effort. What we've seen from the other teams, say the Central African Republic, when they played Angola and took them close yesterday, they just scrapped and fought and did everything they could through pure energy. We haven't really seen that from Uganda, have we? They haven't really dominated the effort areas against Senegal, and that's the one thing. If you're the underdog, you have to dominate those areas. You have to be the team that comes out and just runs all over the others, and Uganda don't really seem to have done that so far.
And if they had watched that game yesterday, the coach probably should have pointed out, these guys want to win. That's what you've got to do if you want to have a chance. I'm sure they must have. Anyway, second half action underway here in Tunisia, and Sarseni, who's come into the game, big giant center, number 12, and Jang stays in, knocks it out of bounds. chases it now, brings it back. There you see Malay and Joy. He's yet to really get it going. No Joy yet for Malay and Joy. Number 9. Making the pass. Chitty's got his hand on it. Fascinating competition, the AfroBasket. It's a real thrill to be here. Now, the pump fake. Jang took it. He got Ochidi off of his feet. Ochidi landed on him, no call, and Jang just calmly sank the jump shot. Almost a set shot.
Yeah, he's really starting to find his range now after the questionable start. You know, perhaps the worst sequence we'd seen from him in the whole tournament, that first 5 minutes or so. Dalmeida's just not even letting a pass be made. Uganda can't get into their set.
Chitty just puts up a 3-pointer and finally knocks one down.
Maybe he can have a Jeng-like recovery because he has not shot the ball well or as well as he can. 7 points now, but he is just 1 of 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 7 for 3.
Now Mendy up at the top of the key. He's really stroking that ball, isn't he, in this tournament? Mendy came into this game hitting. Let's see here. Rumi gets up and puts it off the glass and in. He was hitting a good percentage, wasn't he?
130%, but I think it's more the number that he'd made until this point. And he did it in streaks as well. You know, so he'd have a game where he'd make a load. Just having a look now. He was 6 of 20 before today. For 3.
6 of 20 from the floor? Or 6 of 20.
For 3.
But he must have made, then he's made a lot more jump shots.
Good job. Good job.
He also impressed getting out on the break against Angola. And here he is, guarded by Bakuza. Jang gets it off just a little too late. That was unlike Jang not to get it off, and Trekisar just kind of gets up off the bench and goes out to the court. I think Jang is one of the great stories of international basketball the last couple of years. He showed up at the World Cup and led the team into the round of 16. And he was like, I'm not missing the AfroBasket for anything. He was desperate to come to try to lead Senegal into the Olympics. Now the turnover into the hands of Dalmeida. And Dalmeida was challenged at the rim. And Chet Sarr is asking for a unsportsmanlike. What was that?
I think he's
confused.
yeah.
Watch this. He's Makuza just challenges for the block.
And number one, he went for the ball, so it's not sportsmanlike there too. He's in the act of shooting, so the breakaway foul doesn't count because of that. So I'm not really sure on what grounds. And I'm not really sure why they need an unsportsmanlike foul right now with a 14-point lead and looking comfortable. But never happy as a coach, are you?
Breakthrough for Uganda with Dalmeida missing both free throws. Now Makuza gets inside in the lane. And Chitty draws the foul from Jang. And Jang says, I get beat up all over the place and you don't call anything. And then you call that. It's going to be really interesting to watch this coming NBA season, Gorgui Dieng, to see how he carries his AfroBasket form into the new season, because he looks the real deal. Obviously, the competition is going to be pretty stiff over there, to put it mildly. How many first-round picks have they got? How many lottery picks do they have in that team of his? Rubio, Carl Towns. Now Chitty drives in and puts it up and in. Chitty's come to life here. He's 10 points.
The first game, how good was he? Here's the finish over the top.
He's a journeyman. He's played everywhere, and now he's playing in his first AfroBasket.
20 points against Tunisia. The game we're sort of referring to. We were 4 of 9 from 3-point range. And kept Uganda in the game really for long stretches.
Hey, bring it in, bring it in.
So they've got it back to an 11-point deficit. The foul. They've got to take their chances now. And like you said, Lloyd, it's the effort level has to be there that we saw from Central African Republic yesterday. Mendy left open for 3. Well, they live to tell the tale. Uganda, they rebound it, bring it up the floor, and just makes no sense that shot. But Sabirumbi was following it. Kawani follows and still doesn't go down for Uganda. Dalmeida into Jang, and he is fouled by Sabirumbi. Sabirumbi is that? So he's got 2 fouls, I think.
Yeah, that's his second. I was going to say, Anabu comes in. They've got to get better decision making out of the point guard there. Nguere, the last time, the penetration just into the trees. They just waited for him. That's where he has to recognize, stop short, take the little jump shot, or perhaps even kick to somebody else. But if you're going to make a comeback, another key thing, as well as those effort areas, you've got to have great guard play. You've got to have great point guard play. Decision making has to be very good. And really, Uganda haven't had that so far.
So both free throws are good. And Uganda will bring it up with Onwonyi now. Is he going to be the de facto point guard? Anyway, he drives in. He has the elevation to get it over Sene.
He had a bit more space as well that time. He attacked away from Sene rather than going right into him.
So that gets it back to 11. And Uganda showing signs of life here. They could have just caved in, but they've come out and made a game of it. Enjoy though, drives in and gets the and one.
Signs of life, like you say, a bit of energy, but just a close out on Enjoy here. See, the angles are wrong. Let's him get to the ring.
Did the help come too late there?
No, from Gawani or from Ochiti?
From Ochiti. Ochiti had to box out Sene.
Yeah, that's the trouble. He can't leave too early because it just leaves a wide open pass to his man. The problem was Kawani, when he was closing out, he wasn't square on. He was at an angle. And so when he should have been closing out and containing Enjoy on the 3-point line, keeping him there, he didn't. His help was perhaps a little early, and that's what left to the penetration and left Ochiti exposed.
Oh, another drive, and Sabirumbi followed but couldn't put it down. And now Onwonyi is injured.
It's in his head.
And a jump shot, and the referees don't recognize it yet. So it's 4 on 5, and now they're going to, they do recognize it, but they let play on. So Onwonyi is going to have to come out of the game. Let's see what happened on the replay.
He got a shot in the face, almost like his eyes, I think. That's what will happen. I'm not going to see it
must have come from Sene.
Yeah. But what I don't understand is, in this tournament, we've seen loads of officials stop play when, someone's been injured, which you're not really supposed to do unless it's a head injury or a facial injury. And this time we have one, and the referee looked at him and just said, no, we're going to play on until your ticket is protected.
Well, at least they didn't give away a basket there, but hopefully Onwonyi's going to be okay.
He's a loss for them, as well as Makuza has played.
Chitty puts up the back of the rim, ball batted out to him. And nice play, so that extra effort on the glass knocks it out to Ochiti, and they have cut it back to an 11-point deficit.
Sabirumbi and Ochiti are starting to get more and more, sort of confident almost in this game, or in their team's ability to compete. They're stepping up their effort levels. Ochiti is, bringing everybody in as well.
Saw Omoni there. He's got both eyes open now. So that's a good sign. Two fouls on Ochiti. Ochiti, it's still a struggle for him, but at least he's got some points. He's got 12 points, 6 rebounds. Uganda just don't have that many more options in that low post. I mean, it's either him or it's going to be Sebi Rumbi.
And those two, you know, that 12 and 6 for Ochiti, 7 and 10 for Sebi Rumbi. So those two, you got to say, against the Senegalese front line, haven't done a bad job. And they need some support. One is the one I look at. He's 5 points. Now he's gone out as well. Makuza played well, hitting those 2 early threes, and then hasn't really been seen since.
So Jane continues to pour in the points.
And double-doubles. He's got 13 and 10 already in this one.
He's a strong MVP candidate.
He's had double-double in every game.
He has. Sebi Rumbi. Inabu needs to bring it back out. And that's just a careless turnover. And inside it goes, and the foul has been called on Uganda.
Foul, Sebi Rumbi.
Senegal missing a few free throws now.
Run.
Excuse me, 6 of 10.
Not that it's a hugely important stat at this stage, but Kuza drives down and hits a three-pointer.
The ability to make that shot off the screen, hasn't he? It's a quick shot. If he misses, gives an opportunity for Senegal to immediately come back. But so far, it's 3 times he's done that.
Well, he's okay. He's rolling around. Now he gets up, and the ball ends up with Inabu. Inabu crosses midcourt. Ochiti left open, puts up a 3. If he had hit that, and you almost wonder if he should have given that over to Makuza, who had just hit the 3, but I guess Ochiti had his feet set. And the ball goes in for Baji, so that's a 5-point swing. So Baji, the starting center, takes it back up to a 12-point advantage. Makuza, well, it looked good on the release, but didn't come close to making it. Now Baji goes straight at the Ugandan defense and draws the foul.
He's the best finishing big, isn't he? You know, outside of Jeng. That's why he starts, Bodge. He's better offensively than Sene, Badji, and Thomas.
Oh yeah, so he played for the Italian champions, or one of the Italian giants in Sassari. So he would have been a teammate of Nigeria's Shane Lawal. And Makuza puts up another 3. Senegal really crashing the boards. It's still there for Uganda if they could just string together a few possessions. Almeida drives, misses. Good presence there from Ochiti to challenge Baji. Now Inabu, 3 minutes to go here in the third. Oh, the great follow from Kawane, and also a foul on Baji.
Ochiti's had some great looks, hasn't he? Look, We see him there in the picture. He really has had an opportunity. Just can't get it going, can't get them to fall. I think he's got to keep shooting them, even though he's 1 of 11.
From 3-point range, yeah.
He's wide open, Seberumbi.
He used his body to shield the Senegalese defense. Keep him away, but he couldn't follow. He couldn't get it to go down. Now Jane gets inside and draws the foul. Well, on the plus side for Uganda is they've kept it close. We've seen some teams just get blown out. That was a definite foul. Cote d'Ivoire spring to mind. They were the big disappointment yesterday. They fell hard to Mali. And the free throw good. So his point total continues to rise. He has 14. The winner of this game will face Cameroon or Algeria.
Interesting if Cameroon can overcome Algeria and Senegal do go on to win this game. That Cameroonian defense and how they will play against Senegal. They're not big, Cameroon, but they're extremely physical on the inside. They've got the strength perhaps to deal with Jeng. He won't be able to enjoy any success on the outside. It's just whether they can guard him when he turns and uses the size he does have, you know, the height to turn and finish over the top.
Have you already penciled Senegal into the quarters?
No, there's still a long way to go in this game. You know, Uganda have an opportunity, but they can't afford cheap turnovers like that.
And now Mendy, who's had a fantastic game, drives in and puts it off the side of the backboard.
I mean,
right on cue.
Yeah, Uganda's point guard play has just not been good enough in this one.
Makuza for 3.
And that's what we said. You take a quick one, look what happens.
Yep, 3 on 2, and Mendy goes up and draws the foul on Makuza.
It was all well and good when he was making them, when he made those 3. As soon as he misses one, it's an open invitation for Senegal to just run back at you. And he's going to come out now. Guerre and Nabu, just, you know, they haven't, like I said, I just, bottom line is they haven't played well enough. Guerre only has 1 turnover, but his decision making hasn't been good, and 2 turnovers for Anabu.
Good. Omoni is going to come back in following the eye problem. And 1 of 2. And big strong rebound from Jang, puts it up and misses. Now Bodge goes up and gets it to go down.
This has probably been his best offensive game, Bodge, hasn't it? 7 points now, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of minutes as well. Inabu feeds Seberumbi, and the general wasn't able to hold that, Henry Malinga. Jang had his foot on the line. Now Mendy. Now Bodge again, puts it up, and the offensive foul called on Bodge coming over the back. But it's 18-point lead now, Lloyd.
Yeah, it's interesting with an 18-point lead that Senegal have gone to the bench so little as well. We said, you know, quarterfinals are tomorrow. There's not a lot of turnaround time for them. And they do have a lot of minutes in some of these players. They haven't played all 40. He's averaging 36 minutes a game. Enjoy 33 minutes a game. Dalmeida 34 minutes a game. Mendy 33 minutes a game. You know, with a game tomorrow, you thought they may be trying to get a bit of rest in them because they do have a sizable lead.
So 56-38, 1:11 to go in the third. With they called the foul on him, trying to get position on the low block, trying to keep the big man out of there. Watch this.
Going for an elbow.
I didn't see it. Must have been too late. Making this free throw for Senegal. That's Enjoy.
Montoya came in. He was the leading scorer, I believe, from 2013 AfroBasket. He averaged 10 a game. That's right, the only double-figure scorer for them in that campaign. But his last couple of games, he hasn't really got going. He's a key. He's kind of been eclipsed by Mendy, but they need both of those players to play well and shoot well, Senegal, for the deeper stages of this competition.
And one, he drives in. Sebi-Rumbi was right up there. He really does challenge on the offensive glass, but he just lacks that finishing touch, doesn't he?
He's undersized, but even against Senegal, he doesn't have a problem rebounding.
You can't fault the effort, but it's just 1 against 4 in there.
That's it. It's just the numbers of players for Senegal. Deng missed, and then Bodji's there tipping it in, or getting second chance. Then Deng tips it home.
So 21 points to lead now. Sebi-Rumbi takes it for Uganda. And now just an ill-advised attempted pass. James picks it off. Final 2 seconds, and Bodge gets inside and misses the layup. It could have been worse for Uganda, but they trail 59-38 against Senegal with 10 minutes remaining. So Senegal looking good bets to advance to the quarterfinals, up by 21. So here are the stats. So both teams really struggling from three-point range today.
The advantage on the glass, not really a major surprise with that one, is it?
Not really. So Senegal unbeaten. They won their big game against Angola the other night. One of the most exciting games of the tournament.
You're not free, you stop playing.
And they're right on top of this Uganda team that really kind of helped spark the tournament into life on opening night against Tunisia by coming out and really playing a great game. They lost that one. It looked like they were going to have a victory in their third group phase game. They endured a horror show at the free throw line where they were just a mere 12 of 33 at the free throw line, and it was that allowed Central African Republic to eke out a victory. And even though they had a good start today, Senegal got to grips with them in the second quarter, and with Uganda kind of hanging around in the third quarter, Senegal finally has put up a 21-point lead on them. So it's going to take something very impressive for Uganda. It's not over. Stranger things have happened. But it's going to be a big ask for Uganda. Welcome back to Tunisia, folks. If you've been away for a few seconds, it's Senegal on top of Uganda, 59-38. 10 minutes remaining here. It's the round of 16. So Senegal, if they could go on and close the deal, they will advance to the quarterfinals. And Bodge goes up and rebounds on Mwany's miss. Now Dalmeida puts up a 3 attempt. This would be a good time for Cheick-Sarr to get some of the other guys in.
Yeah, I can't believe they haven't. To get some confidence, you never know, especially on the wing. We talked about without fire here, it's really all Mendy would enjoy. If one of them gets in foul trouble, if one of them's struggling for any sort of form, Diop's only played 7 minutes in this game. For me, I'd like to have him in there, get him some confidence, because you may need him. What happens if there's an ankle injury? What happens if, like I said, there's foul trouble for Mendy? Where are they going to go? They're going to go to someone who hasn't really seen the floor up until this point.
And Dalmeida He misses, but Bodge is there for the offensive rebound and fails to score on the putback. Now, Omwani fouled by Enjoy as he gets close to midcourt.
Something at the point, Daniel Niang is the backup. Almeida's played good minutes, but what happens if Almeida gets into foul trouble? You know, Niang is not in the rhythm of this tournament at all right now.
Well, I guess Texar just doesn't feel like it's a safe lead. Otherwise, why wouldn't he do it? Ochiti gets it back out to Omwani. Now Ochiti, oh boy, he put up a very difficult shot there over Bodge. Almeida up ahead to Mindy, and the dunk stretches Senegal's lead. Makuza hands it off to Ochiti, passes it back outside. And Enjoy got his hand, prevented the pass to Omwani with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Senegalese defense just collapsing in whenever Uganda start to go to the inside. They got penetration and hand it off. And it's just a sea of bodies in there. They've got to find a way to kick it back out again, Uganda.
Well, the block shot, and Jang adds another impressive statistic to his tally. And Almeida now, the dump down low to Bodge. He's bumped out of bounds.
Guys, bring it in.
There's a sub, we see Thomas come in.
So Ibrahima Thomas is going to replace Bodge. He's played 2 minutes so far today. Of course, Mohamed Faye, we're not going to see him. He was sent home for disciplinary reasons by the team. So, timeout on the floor with 7:58.
Okay? And they call. Okay? We're playing a 1-3-1. Okay? Right. If they pass the ball down to the side, okay? 4 man, you need to go there, Ali. Okay? 5 man, come down. Okay? Come down and close the gate.
So you got to look at that. They have missed their last 11 field goals.
If this guy is right there,
they're just
you come in here.
of 60.
Okay? If he comes close here, you deny that pass.
And they have had problems defensively, they have struggled, but a lot of it as well is long misses from threes or jump shots, turnovers which have led to transition. We said Senegal don't really get out in transition very much, but it's 13-2 fast break points where they have the advantage at the moment. They scored 28 points in the paint, Senegal, which doesn't seem like a lot, make it 30, and a complete breakdown.
63-38, and Jing now with 15 points. He's gonna have to turn it on. Excuse me, he's got 19 points. 19 points and 16 rebounds. Although up on the main scoreboard it says 15 points, so obviously something's not working there. I see what they've done. They've given Mindy 4 of Ding's points on the overhead for some reason. They've got him to 26 points. Anyway, Bodge. Now Enjoy. And inside.
3 seconds, right?
Goes back over to Uganda. Uganda want to finish this this strong. They'll come back and play a classification game if they're unable to pull off the comeback. And they want to try to, you know, have a good AfroBasket. You don't want to get blown out against anybody.
Like I said, they've been cursed with an incredibly difficult draw. They play 3 in their 4 games. 3 potential medalists in Nigeria, Tunisia, and Senegal. Arguably, there might be 3 better teams in the tournament. Quite possible you could see all 3 of those as podium finishers.
Well, the drive in, Gorgie Jing now with 21 points.
And surely it's time to give him a rest. He's got 21-16, throwing a handful of blocks as well. Not sure why we'd risk him out on the floor right now.
Well, he goes, you see the dunk reverse style. And it's going to be Enjoy and Dalmeida to come out, so a couple of other starters. And Diop and Mbinge both come into the game. So they've got 6 minutes to come out and find their rhythm. So maybe we're a bit too harsh on Chekisar. Makuza hands it off to Sebi Rumbi, who again gets close to the rim, can't quite finish. And now the three-point attempt is no good. The Maguire's had a forgettable afternoon for Uganda. Diop from the left wing, no good, and Ochiti gets the rebound. Makuza passes to Ochiti, and Ochiti banks it in. It's a 25-point deficit for Uganda. Coming up on the 5.5-minute mark. Thomas over to Mendy. Down low to Jang. He turns. He gets 2 more points and earns the trip to the line. And Sebi Rumbi says, I can't stop this guy. What am I supposed to do? He's got 23 points, 17 rebounds, a couple of assists. And that's, you know, Sebi Rumbi probably can't do too much more in that situation. He's just going up against maybe the best player in the tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, how good has he been? MVP, has there been a better player than Gorgie Jung so far? And so consistent as well. You said the first 5 minutes of this game was probably the worst we've seen him look in this tournament, and still, he's still scoring and rebounding.
Quickly down the court, and now goes back. Nabu drifts in, and the put back there for Ochiti. 67-42. Now back over, and Yang into the corner to Diop, and a three-pointer. And that's the type of shot you want him to get, and to get some confidence.
Absolutely right. Yep. I think Diop, they're going to need him as the tournament goes on. He's the the only real substitute they have on the wing. And I think they can't play Mendy and Enjoy for 40 minutes a game. Going through the quarterfinal, semi-final, and potential final. So, like you said, he needs some confidence. But he's now.
Well, nice riposte by Inabu. So Inabu with 5 points. And Baji. No, that's Ibrahima Thomas.
Do you know what? I was watching Thomas in the warm-up, and I wasn't aware how nice a premier shot he had. It really surprised me watching him warm up. He was taking a lot of threes out there. The stroke looked, very impressive indeed from the big guy. He doesn't shoot a lot of them. Now he's the point guard.
Could be a weapon if they wanted to insert him.
Absolutely.
He must have the green light. Ibrahima Thomas again, and again it goes. Well, let's have a three-point shooting contest in the Senegal team. He might win it.
He was out there warming it up. Like I say, he spent a lot of time in the warm-up shooting threes.
Now Chitty for three. And Niang is fouled in the corner. So the Sebirumbi and Joseph Ekong chased it, but look at this. That's nice form.
To be fair to him, Thomas, it's something that he has been working on. I mean, I don't remember him having any range at 2013 World AfroBasket. He was over 5 for 3 there, but this season in Iran, 2 seasons ago in Iran, he started to shoot the three-point shot. The first real season he took any sort of number, and across the playoffs, nearly 40%, 38% he was. So, you know, he has been expanding that game in his domestic leagues. And yeah, it looks very impressive indeed.
What is his age again? He used to play with the Texas Legends.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in the D-League before. He's 28.
Well, you know what they say as well about the big guys, they tend to develop a little bit slower. Would that include moves out on the perimeter? With a shooting touch?
The shooting for sure. I think, you know, that's something that they can develop with time. A lot of it's mental as well, the confidence.
Oh, Niang just goes right around the Ugandan defense. Dal Marial didn't even attempt to block it.
The Senegalese team, a couple of them are getting that confidence now. Diop, Niang, Thomas. It's good for them to have these minutes.
Now Inabu, and that was short. With Senegal, you know, at the beginning of the tournament, clearly they were among the title contenders, but maybe not the #1 title contender, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But do you think now that they're kind of evolving into maybe the team to beat, or are you not convinced?
No, I don't think I would say they're the team to beat. I think, you know, they got the victory over Angola, but you've got to remember, I think Angola had that game. You know, it was wrapped up. They were, what, 5 up with a minute to go, and they had the ball. They committed a poor turnover. They just didn't get back in transition, gave up a wide-open 3, then a turnover against pressure that you could never imagine. So I think really Senegal didn't really win that game in that respect.
Yeah.
And that's why I still think, you know, you play them again. Angola don't make those mistakes again and finish it.
Well, you see the challenge on the boards and the foul by Ibrahima Thomas, but you know, then again, Angola the very next day,
yeah,
either they had a massive hangover that they couldn't get rid of, or they're going to be plagued by these problems.
I mean, you've got to say, going into the semi-final or even the quarter-final, Angola versus Egypt, you just wouldn't put money on it, would you? I mean, you're a brave man to bet on any team right now. We see Tunisia one day absolutely destroy Nigeria and look the best team in world basketball. Then the next day they come back and really struggle against Morocco, look like they can't hit anything, despite the fact against Nigeria they made it every shot they took. You know, same thing for Angola. They started to look really good against Senegal, then all of a sudden they throw the game away. Then they luck out really to beat the Central African Republic. And I'm sure today is going to throw up more and more surprises for us once again.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count Nigeria out. It's just that these title contenders, Tunisia have had a major scare yesterday that they survived.
I mean, you say you can't count Nigeria out. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come around today and absolutely annihilate the team that they're facing at Mozambique.
Well, Dal Marial puts it up and in. But then again, that could be a tricky game for them.
Yeah, and that's taking nothing away from Mozambique. They've got a tremendously talented team. It's more just the fact that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me that Nigeria, all of a sudden, they've had the wake-up call. You know, they're frustrated. They come out and look like a very impressive team.
Dal Marial, the backup center's in at the line. And this is the second one. Thomas, another three. It's online, but just a little short. And now Ibrahima Thomas gets a rebound. So these numbers are going up a little bit here. With a minute remaining, 79-48. So Senegal, Nigeria, Tunisia. You throw Cape Verde in, the title comes in the mix. And it goes, and Niang misses now quickly. And Uganda not able to complete the break. And has it blocked. Cape Verde should get into the quarterfinals, and then it becomes trickier for them because it's either going to be Nigeria or Mozambique.
I mean, you still just don't know about Cape Verde, do you? They've looked very, very good. It's a bit like Egypt. You know, arguably they haven't really played anyone else strong for us to know how good they are right now.
Nabu for three, and it's short. Good hustle. Ball will remain with Uganda with 7.6 seconds remaining in the contest. So Senegal are leading it. They've really been on top of this game in the the entire second half, but they really lowered the boom in the third quarter. And they are going to march into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think we're safe enough to say that Senegal is going to get through this one right now.
And they will take on Cameroon or Algeria in their next game. So Achiti puts it up. Dal Marial, a chance, that's too late. So Uganda fall hard to Senegal. They gave their best throughout much of the game, but just too great of a gulf in class, I fear, and maybe initially the effort levels weren't there for Uganda.
Yep. I mean, Senegal did the job they have to, really, didn't they? They used the back of that huge performance once again from Gorgie Dieng. 23 points, 17 rebounds from him. Mendy with another impressive performance on the wing, 22 points. And that was really enough between those two. So it was job done. Senegal set themselves up. You know, an interesting quarterfinal matchup, whoever it's going to be, Cameroon or Algeria. You know, they'll both cause problems, I'm sure, for Senegal. They'll both be a difficult game.
Well, we saw Niang over there really having a word with the referees. Don't know what that was about, but anyway, first quarterfinalist is known from today, and it's Senegal. Thanks for watching, everybody.